All right. So recording has started and students are coming, so we can uh,
सर
kick
ये
off.
ए
हाँ ये पूछे पूछे हम.
ई रेज पावर -0.4, ये सर कहीं रफ पेपर पे करके दिखा देंगे सर, इसकी समझ नहीं आ रही है बिल्कुल, ये
नहीं नहीं वो
कैसे आ गया।
मैंने इसमें रफ किया है कि इतना आसान लग रहा था, मगर मैं आपको अभी समझाया था, इतना मुश्किल नहीं है. आपने बस क्या याद रखना है कि फॉर एन एक्सपोनेंशियल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन x greater than a number is just equal to e minus lambda x. X greater than a number is equal to e minus lambda, the number from which you want to find the greater. Okay, this we have
ठीक है
already
सर।
done in the last section. बस ये आप याद रखें. अब now here we know
ठीक है।
our random
ठीक सर।
variable I is equal to 1 when x is greater than 400. So what will be the probability? Probability will be e minus lambda 400. जब हमने वहां पे e minus lambda 15 किया, तो यहाँ पे e minus lambda 400
यस।
क्यों नहीं हो सकता? अब lambda है क्या? If mean is 1000, this means lambda is 1 over 1000. It will be just e minus
ठीक सर, हो गया क्लियर।
lambda 400, but lambda is 1 over 1000, so 400 over 1000 is 0.4.
ठीक सर।
I think I have started recording.
Yes sir, अब
लेकिन आपकी आवाज कैंसिल हो रही है. आप क्या कह रही हैं मैडम? हाँ जी, some
सर अब
yes, what are you saying?
सर अब समझ आ गई है.
समझ आ गया. एक्सीलेंट. ठीक
सर
है.
अगर लैम्डा 400 से लेस होगा तो उसकी क्या इक्वेशन होगी?
जो भी लैम्डा की वैल्यू होनी चाहिए, जो आपने
सर लैम्डा नहीं सर, उसकी इक्वेशन क्या होगी, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की इक्वेशन क्या होगी? जैसे ये तो e रेज टू माइनस लैम्डा x है ना,
हाँ
क्योंकि वो ग्रेटर के लिए हम ये वाली इक्वेशन लगाएंगे. अगर लेस हो तो देन कौन सी इक्वेशन होगी सर?
अभी बता दें. देखे ना उसमें
वो 1 माइनस e रेज टू माइनस लैम्डा x होगी.
बको एफ ऑफ एक्स से देखे ना. एफ ऑफ एक्स CDF जो cumulative distribution function है, what is that? F of x means the probability that the random variable takes values from 0 up till x तक, वो है f of x. आप इंटीग्रेट करते हैं ना f of x को, PDF को, from 0 to up till x, तो आपके पास कैपिटल f of x आता है या CDF आता है. Alright, should I show you my notes of the previous lecture if you are finding it difficult to
जी
understand?
सर.
चलिए वो खोल लेते हैं. मैं लास्ट टाइम ही किया हुआ है ऐसा. ये मैंने कैसे किया होगा? प्रोबेबिलिटी में जाना है. Can you see the screen of my calculations? Can you see the screen?
जी सर.
ठीक है ना. ठीक है ना. f of x is 0, मतलब for x less than 0 or equal to 0, but for x greater than 0 it is equal to this. I find f of x. What is f? This is the CDF. It is the probability from 0 up till x, and it is like this, and then you can find the mean and all that. But what I want the probability that t is greater than x. I don't want up till x. I want greater than x. Then that will be just 1 minus fx, which will be e minus lambda x. All right? Is everyone understanding? This we have seen in the last lecture.
जी सर.
Again this lecture and so on and
ठीक
so
है
on.
सर.
यस सर, क्लियर है।
Let us go further. Now, so we wanted to find the mean of the payment made by the insurance company. So yes, that will be just mean of y. All right, and I can say that this y, what is this y? This y is actually equal to mean of y given I. All right, because mean of y given I, this is this thing, mean of y given I is equal to 10 to the power 3 into I. All right. So it is just the mean of y given I. So what is E of y given I? That is equal to 10 to the power 3 of I. So I just write 10 to the power 3 of I, but 10 to the power 3 goes outside the expectation, and E is just EI, expected value of my event I. And I know event I is a Bernoulli random variable, and its expectation is just P, or the probability of the occurrence of 1, which is already e to the power minus 0.4. So it comes out to be 670. Here the only important point, difficult point to understand is this thing, that mean of y. All right. So mean of y is actually equal to mean of y given I. So you can say actually y is equal to mean of y given I. Is this a statement, does it make sense that y is equal to mean of y given I?
सर इससे तो यही जाहिर हो रहा है कि वो मीन का फिर दोबारा मीन ले लिया।
सर ये क्यों कर रहा है बार बार में, 2 दफा मीन क्यों ले लिया इसने, ऐसे ही मतलब पहले बताया भी नहीं है।
अच्छा देखिए ना, पहला मीन तो आपको लेना जरूरी, चूंकि उसने सवाल में पूछा है कि मीन ऑफ द पेमेंट्स मेड बाय द ऑटोमोबाइल कंपनी। हेलो जी, मुझे आवाज आ रही है? आपको आवाज आ रही है? हेलो, कैन यू हियर मी? ये सबको आवाज आ रही है?
यस सर।
ठीक है,
यस सर।
जी, गुड।
यस
ऑलराइट, ठीक है ना। First E is there because it is in the question that we have to find the mean of y. All right, we have to find the mean of the payments made by the company. So this is needed to be found out. All right, now what is y? All right, we actually y is equal to x minus 400 plus, this is your y. This is your y. All right, but we have actually rewritten this y in terms of the Bernoulli distribution. All right, so y is actually now written as mean of y given I. देखिए ना, what is mean of y given I? अगर मैं आपसे कहूँ जी इसको खोलें आप, mean of e y given I, this will be mean of y given I is equal to 0 times probability of getting I is equal to 0 plus probability of getting y given I is equal to 1 times probability of getting I is equal to 1. Yeah, I think I should also have done this on a piece of paper. ये थोड़ा सा ना confusion हो जाएगा, तो थोड़ा सा I should have opened this up to make you understand. But remember here one important thing, that I is a Bernoulli distribution. All right, and the famous property of Bernoulli distribution is that one of its random variable is 0. So E of y given I is equal to y times probability of I is equal to 0 plus y times probability of I is equal to 1. For I is equal to 0, you can very well see that your random variable y is equal to 0. So this will go totally 0. So you will just have probability of I is equal to 1. भाई मुझे भी कंफ्यूज कर दिया आपने. ये क्या हो गया था. चलिए, this I will do in the next lecture. I will open this and I will show you how this E y given I is equal to y. All right. Because I have not done it on the piece of
Okay, sir.
paper, and then I am trying to explain it in words, and I also myself I'm getting confused. There's no use of trying to just say it in words. I just know this from at this time I also didn't do the mathematics because I just know this from my previous knowledge that you can actually write you know, an event which is represented by you know, a Bernoulli random variable is in the given. So you can always write the event as expectation of the random variable time with respect to the given value of I. All right, but I will do this in the next lecture, so you can see its proof. All right. So at this point, you just take it on the face value that y can be written as E of y given I. ये समझ आ गया? E of y given I आ गया आपके पास? ठीक है. अब इसके आगे देखें. Now we know what is E of y given I.
Yes, sir.
E of y given I is 10 to the power 3 into I. All right. E of y given I is equal to 10 to the power 3i. This we have just done from, we have just read it in these two equations here. No problem.
Yes, sir.
All right. And I just write its value E of y given I is 10 to the power 3i, and I take its expectation 10 to the power 3 goes out, and E of I, and I've just told you E of I is equal to E minus 0.4, and you get this answer. अभी मुझे आपको समझाने में फिर मुझे याद आ गया कैसे इसको करते थे. ये देख रहे हैं, ये E of y given I जो है ना, अगर आप देखें तो ये देखें ना 10 to the power 3i, और एक तो आएगा 10 to the power 3i, मगर अगला जो आएगा आपके पास वो भी 10 to the power 3i आएगा, मगर वहां पे तो i होगा 0. सिर्फ एक ही बच जाएगा आपके पास 10 to the power 3i when I is equal to 1, तो वो 10 to the power 3 आ जाएगा. E of y given I, जैसे यहाँ पे था ना I is equal to 1 के लिए. चलिए इंशाल्लाह मैं जब आपको फिर इंशाल्लाह खोल के दिखा दूंगा तो आपको समझ आ जाएगा. Sorry, so E of y is given this. All right, we just take, let us say, this formula on the face value, and we have found the mean. Let's go further. Then we have the variance. This is again a conditional variance formula, that the variance of the random variable can be written as mean of the variance of y given I times the variance of the mean of y given I. तो यहाँ पे तो आप variance की expectation ले रहे हैं. All right, and here you are actually taking the variance of the expectation. All right, so again, actually ye and these two formulas are both, you know, Bernoulli distributions projected onto the conditional random variables. Actually we haven't covered conditional random variables in detail with respect to each random variable. That is why we are missing those parts. So I think I will go through them in the next lecture so that we are also clear with this. But this is also a very famous formula, that variance can be written in terms of conditional random variable. And this is variance of y given I. Now what is variance of y given I? We have just seen variance of y given I is 10 to the power 6 into I. Just put 10 to the power 6 I, 10 to the power 6 goes out of the E operator. Inside you have just E of I. And we know what is E of I. I is a Bernoulli random variable and its expectation is always equal to P. P is a probability of the occurrence of one of the random variable value, which is e to the power minus 0.4. So here you will just get 10 to the power 6 into e to the power minus 0.4. ठीक है, जो ई आई को तुमने पहले से कहना ई माइनस 0.4 है, जहां पे वो आएगा आपने ई एफ आई जब ये पुट करेंगे ई एफ आई तो ई माइनस 0.4 हो जाएगा. Alright, now we want variance of EY given I. Now EY given I, we have already seen it is equal to 10 to the power 3 into I. All right, so 10 to the power 3. Now 10 to the power 3 will go outside. All right, so you know the variance operator when a random variable goes out to the variance operator, it becomes double. So this 10 to the power 3, when it goes out, this will become 10 to the power 6, because in variance you have square x minus mu whole square. So if you take, there's some multiple, you take it outside the random value, so that value will become double. So this 10 to the power 3, if it goes outside the variance operator, this will become 10 to the power 6. All right, 10 to the power 6 will come here. Now inside we have EYI, which is just I. So what is the variance of E of I? The variance of E of I will just be the variance of a Bernoulli random variable. What is the variance of the Bernoulli random variable that we have actually also seen? It is actually P into 1 minus P. This is P, this is 1 minus P. So this is the variance of I, which comes here. And hence in this way we have found the variance of Y. You can solve it further. The variance of Y will come out to be something. You take its under root, you will get its standard deviation, which will be equal to 944. आगे कुछ समझ आ रहा है आप लोगों को?
सर ये एंड से नहीं समझ आई सर,
सर
ये इक्वेशन.
जो प्लस के बाद वेरिएंस ली है ना सर आपने एक्सपेक्टेड वैल्यू की, वो समझ नहीं आई. वो 10 रेज़ की पावर 6 कैसे आ गया उधर? वहाँ तो 10 रेज़ की पावर 3 आना चाहिए था. कांस्टेंट बाहर ले आते हैं अगर हम.
बिल्कुल नहीं, इसमें आप याद रखें
सेकेंडली के ये e रेज़ टू -4 मल्टीप्लाइंग बाय 1 माइनस. जी सर, ये नहीं समझ आई.
ठीक है. अच्छा, आप इस तरह से देखें कि अगर फर्स्ट करें ना, पहले इसको देख लीजिए. ये जो होता है ना, ये वाला फॉर्मूला. आपसे मेरा सवाल है कि आप एक बर्नौली रैंडम वेरिएबल का ना वेरिएंस निकालें. कैसे निकालेंगे? वेरिएंस का क्या फॉर्मूला होता है? अच्छा, तुमने पहले किया होगा वैसे. हाँ, पहले आप बता दें. देखिए ना, वेरिएंस का बेसिकली मतलब क्या है?
सर उसमें प्रोबेबिलिटी को माइनस प्रोबेबिलिटी से 1 माइनस प्रोबेबिलिटी से मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं बस.
हाँ, तो वही हो गया ना. प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ 1 मल्टीप्लाई प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ 1 माइनस प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ 1 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 1 माइनस प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग 1. तो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ 1 जो था हमारा, हमने तो बर्नौली ऐसे जानबूझ के डिफाइन किया था ना. हमारा तो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग 1 वो e माइनस 0.4 था. इट इज जस्ट p इंटू 1 माइनस p, जो इसने यहाँ लिखा हुआ. ठीक है, तो ये जो है, ये तो वेरिएंस ऑफ i आ गया ना. हाँ, ये आपकी बात है कि भाई वेरिएंस ऑफ आप निकाल रहे हैं e ऑफ y गिवन i जो है 10 टू पावर 3i. अब आप इसका वेरिएंस निकाल रहे हैं, तो ठीक है, इसको अगर आप बाहर ले गए तो ये 10 टू द पावर 6 कैसे हो गया? ये आपका सवाल है ना. जो अंदर रह गया वो तो रह जाएगा. हाँ, वो तो रह जाएगा वेरिएंस ऑफ i. और i अगर एक बर्नौली रैंडम वेरिएबल है, उसका वेरिएंस तो होता ही है p इंटू 1 माइनस p. ये आप लोगों को याद आ गया बर्नौली का p इंटू 1 माइनस p होता है? या आप कहें इसको दिखाया जाए पीछे से?
जी सर, याद आ गया.
सर ये तो क्लियर हो गया सर, लेकिन अगर हम कांस्टेंट की वेरिएंस लेते हैं तो वो तो जी सर,
वो उसको क्या होता है? हाँ, ठीक है. देखिए ना, यहाँ पे वेरिएंस है क्या चीज़? देखिए, वेरिएंस एक्चुअली होता है वैसे अगर बहुत एग्जैक्ट डेफिनेशन, कोई भी रैंडम वेरिएबल जो अंदर जिसके आपने वेरिएंस लेना, तो इट इज व्हाट, इट इज x माइनस म्यू होल स्क्वायर e, ऐसे ही है ना। वेरिएंस किसके बराबर है, इट इज एक्सपेक्टेशन ऑफ x माइनस म्यू होल स्क्वायर।
x माइनस म्यू होल स्क्वायर, ठीक सर,
ठीक है ना। आप स्क्वायर ले रहे हैं ना, उस रैंडम वेरिएबल का माइनस मीन लेते हैं, फिर उसका स्क्वायर ले लेते हैं।
यस सर,
ठीक हो गया। सो e of x minus mu whole square. So let us say that मतलब it could be मतलब I want to take the variance of let us say this term, all right. So I will have this term, all right. Variance of this term will be equal to variance of this is a random variable, it will be this term minus its mean whole square. ऐसे ही हो गया ना, फिर मुझे वेरिएंस इस रैंडम वेरिएबल का लेना है ना, e of y given I का। So this will be this thing minus mu whole square. यार ये भी फंसता ही जा रहा है हर चीज़, है ना। आहा, ये भी ना, मतलब मुझे इसका ना सारा कुछ कर देना चाहिए था।
यस सर, ये बहुत कंफ्यूज कर रहे हैं।
नहीं, ये ना इस तरह से नहीं होगा, इन सबों को ना जब तक आप हाथों से ना करें ना, इससे फिर गड़बड़ होती जाएगी सब कुछ। अच्छा ऑलराइट, चलो ठीक है, इसका भी मैं आपको फिर शो करता हूँ कि इसका 10⁻6 कैसे बाहर आया, ठीक है। और इसका भी हमें शो करना है कि y को हम कैसे लिख सकते हैं, e of y given I, ठीक है। ये दो चीज़ें रह गई आपकी, ठीक हो गया।
ठीक सर।
Alright, so please also make me remember. I will inshallah try to write those. But this is very famous thing that when a random variable comes out, it becomes the square. 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 अच्छा, वो गॉसियन में तो वैसे उल्टा होता है, वहां तो a बाहर होता है, अंदर जाके वो a स्क्वायर हो जाता है ना। तो यहाँ पे हमने कहा एक्सपेक्टेशन 10⁻3 और बाहर आई तो वो स्क्वायर हो गई। चलिए हाँ, इसकी मैं इसको इंशाल्लाह क्लियर कर दूंगा, उसका फिलहाल रहने दें आप, ठीक है। दिस 10⁻6 नीड्स टू बी सॉल्व्ड एज वेल एज e of y given I needs to be solved. All right. अच्छा, now ठीक है, so let us see another thing that yes, the distribution is memoryless, but you will also see that this is the please turn off your microphones. So we can see that we will be seeing that this is the only distribution which possesses this memoryless property. So f of x, so what is the meaning of this? This is the meaning of probability that x is greater than x. So it is actually 1 minus fx, this dash, or probability of x being greater than x. CDF is probability of x being less than x, while this is the opposite. And we have seen that for a memoryless distribution, f of dash s plus t is equal to just the multiplication of their independent f delta s, f dash s, and f dash t, as we saw for e lambda s plus t. So this means that it satisfies this equation, g of s plus t is gst. And as we have seen also earlier, that only these equations which are in the form of lambda, they can satisfy such equations, all right. And their f of x will definitely be 1 minus e minus lambda x, as we have already proven. So ये इसने प्रूफ किया, मगर इतना कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, मकसद तो समझ आ ही गया। आप राइट लेफ्ट हैंड को बैलेंस भी कर सकते हैं लैम्डा के साथ, एंड यू कैन वेरी वेल सी that the sum on the other side is just equal to the product, because the powers, they are added for these exponentials. Acha. So example 5.5, I again found it was to be very large for any type of exam that we could conduct. So again, I have taken it out of the course, and I've also written it on the course outline. So you don't have to do it. Now, another important property is the rate or the failure rate of the exponential distribution. Achha, so let us say we have a random variable x, its CDF is f, its PDF is f. We define the failure rate as follows, that is, it is the ratio of the PDF, okay, divided by 1 minus ft. And you can very well see what is 1 minus ft. If f is the CDF, then 1 minus ft is actually the probability that the random variable is greater than t, all right, as we saw it for x. Now, how can we, what is the interpretation for this R of t? So we want to find the probability that yes, the random variable has crossed t, but the random variable is just in between t and a fraction of t plus dt, greater than little bit t. So you can see that x is in between. It just belongs to the interval between t and t plus dt, provided that x is greater than t. So we already know that x is greater than t, and we want to place our x greater than t, but less than t plus dt, within this interval between t and t plus dt. Same thing like this. So here I can write this as, this is the Bayes rule. The given is equal to intersection divided by the given quantity comes here. Now, if you take the intersection of these two events, so this is, x is between t and t plus ct, and this is x is greater than t. So this means that if I write it like this, it is actually the meaning that this both are true. Yes, if I say x is between this means x is already greater than t, and it is also less than t plus dt, so it belongs in this range. I can also write it like this, that x belongs to t plus dt. But probability of x greater than t is equal to 1 minus ft, as we have seen previously. All right, 1 minus the CDF. And this is not, in t plus dt, a probability at exactly x is equal to t is f of t. And within this small range dt, it is just f of t times dt. But f of t, 1 minus ft is the failure rate. So I can write this as failure rate times dt is equal to the probability that x is in a small interval dt, provided x has already crossed t. So he says that this RT, which is the ratio of PDF over the probability of greater than the time period t, this ratio actually gives us the probability of failure of that item which follows this exponential distribution. इसमें तो वैसे एक्सपोनेंशियल नहीं, ये तो फेलियर रेट है, किसी के लिए भी हो सकता है. For any distribution, failure rate is given as f of t minus divided by 1 minus ft. Yes, now if I say that the distribution is exponential, in that case, ft will become this, 1 minus ft will become this cancels, and rate of failure is equal to lambda. Thus, for an exponential distribution, failure rate is constant and it is equal to lambda, where we know what is lambda. Lambda is 1 over the mean, or the lambda was the rate of the distribution, whatever, that important factor that was defined for the exponential distribution. So it's another proof that the failure rate uniquely determines the distribution F. So this can also be written because RT is this thing, especially for our exponential distribution. RT is this thing, lambda, or you can write it as 1 minus ft into differential of ft, because 1 minus ft and ft is a differential of capital Ft. So I can write RT as this. But I think this is true for any distribution also. So I take integration on both the sides. Integration of this will be from 0 to t RT dt plus some constant. But integration for this, its derivative is present above, but minus has to be a minus. So I put a minus here. I have to put a minus also there. This will be log e because its derivative is present above with that minus sign. This will be log natural of 1 minus ft after integration. Integration जब आप करेंगे तो इसका इस f का डेरिवेटिव ऊपर है, ओवरऑल, और ये 1 over this है. All right, so 1 over this times differential integral. This will give me log natural of this, because log natural of this ka derivative will be 1 over this times the derivative of the argument, which is minus ft, minus derivative of ft. So I can definitely write it like this. So log of natural, this becomes log of e. So 1 minus e will be equal to e to the whole power. This will be e to the power k. Well, this will be e to the power minus this thing. You can also write exponential, no problem. I can also find my value of k by using the initial conditions. I say, if I say t is equal to 0, so I go from 0 to 0. This will be 0. And exponential of 0 will be equal to 1. In that case, going from ये कैसे वाला k, yes, exponential. Yes. So what will be f of t is equal to 0? F of t is equal to 0. That I think we have to assume it is an exponential distribution. Then in that case, f of 0 will be equal to 0. This will be just 1. So 1 will come out to be ek into e0, which is 1. So it will become 1 will come out to be ek. This means k has to be equal to 0. But I have done this assuming that the f is the f of exponential distribution. All right. So hence your ft can be written, if with k0 this goes away, and hence your ft comes here, this goes here with k0, this becomes 1 minus. So ft can be written as follows. But I think this must also be true for any other distribution. K value पता नहीं फिर 0 कैसे आ गई थी, that t is equal to But let us take this ft only for exponential distribution, then you can very well see that k will come out to be 0, and hence this will be true. All right. Achha. And we can again show that for an exponential distribution, the failure rate is constant for a mammalian distribution. And if it is constant, then RT will be equal to C. It is constant. C integral with T will be equal to CT. This will become E minus CT. And hence, if this FT goes here, this goes here, so 1 minus FT will be equal to E minus CT. All right. Or in other words, FT will be equal to 1 minus ECT, whatever. You can very well see again that FT, or in other words that this f represents a CDF, because ft comes out to 1 minus e minus ct. This means that the c random variable is an exponential distribution because its ft comes out to be 1 minus e minus ct, and 1 minus e minus ct is actually the CDF of the exponential distribution. So exponential distribution has constant failure rate. So again, 5.6 I found out to be very large. So I thought that we don't have to go into detail, so I have left it out of the course. These are the further properties of the exponential distribution. So, so we will be actually skipping all of these further properties. If they will be needed, we will be using them. So at present, we have to actually go to Poisson, so they are much not needed there. If some of them will be used, we will use them. This is the convolution of those exponential random variables. This we will also skip. So we will be directly going to the Poisson's process. अब देख लें, पिछले में हमने एक्सपोनेंशियल में असल में इसकी बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉपर्टीज थी, फिर आगे वो यूज भी होगा. आपको याद होगा पॉइजन्स की भी शक्ल थोड़ी बहुत इससे मिलती जुलती है, बट वो डिस्क्रीट हो जाता है. So we will be trying to also relate them. But the important thing that we understand for the exponential distribution was that it was memoryless. It has a constant rate of failure. And you could very well see its variance, its mean. And because of that memoryless property, you can find a lot of answers to other problems where something is given. All right. So now we go to the counting process. Are you someone has any question you can ask before we go further? All right. So no one has any question. Let's try to understand the Poisson process. Before we go to the Poisson process, we have to understand the counting process. Now, when it will become a counting process, when this NT is actually counting some events that have occurred up till time t, then it will be called that stochastic process can then be called a counting process if it is counting some number of events. For example, if I say that NT is equal to number of persons who enter a particular store at or to prior time t, right? So number of people who have entered a store, I am counting them at any time t, or till let us say at 12 o'clock, let us say 100 have entered, at 1 o'clock, let us say 200 have entered, and so on and so forth. How many are entering? I am just counting them. So this will be defining it a counting process. So he is just here emphasizing that if I would have said that NP equals the number of persons in the store, then it would not be a counting process, because you are not counting the event. You are just saying equal to number of people in the store. But when you are saying I am counting the of the event of the people entering, so as people will be entering, your count will be increasing. So that will be a proper counting process. Similarly, for example, if I say child is born and I am counting the people who were born, so that will also be a counting process.
सर इसमें कंफ्यूजन है कि हमारा वो काउंटिंग इंटरवल हमें डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा कि कितने टाइम के लिए हमने एक पर्सन को काउंट करना है.
हाँ, वो भी इंटरवल वगैरह बाद में.
जैसे कोई मतलब एक बंदा